Hey, welcome back to the Hero Whispers. Thanks for joining us today with your host, Chief Supergirl. That's 2 L's, a second L for love, Jeannie Marie. I am your host. I am the founder of Supergirls and of the Hero Whispers podcast. Today, we are broadcasting from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho on the West Coast. Such a beautiful place. And we have an unbelievable radio celebrity personality with us on the line today. We have Karen McFarlane Holman, PhD, the Chemistry Rockstar. Surprising truth. You don't have to be a scientist to cure cancer. Karen McFarlane Holman, she is just a legend in her own time. So much to talk about. It was really hard to figure out exactly what we were going to talk about today because it was just too much to cover. But we got a great show in store for you. But before that, just quickly, in case this is the first time you're tuning in, who we are, what we do, we inspire and empower college women to launch. What does that mean? Okay, we want them to catapult from college with all the tools they need to just kick ass in real life. Whatever they need, mentorship, personal branding, networking contacts, whatever it is, we're here to provide that support. That is our mission, to help them land and be better, stronger, faster than we were. They are our future, and that's why we exist. So we curate content specifically for them and about them, about you, I should say, because hopefully you're listening, you college crazy queens that you are. Okay, so that being said, here we are today with Karen McFarlane Holman. Karen, I'm going to read her amazing bio. a.k.a. the Chemistry Rockstar fuses her 20-year career as a chemistry professor with her 25-year musical performance career. Her research-focused TEDx talk has an engagement of over 40,000 viewers, and as a guitarist and singer, she has performed on hundreds of stages at concerts and festivals. In 2010, Karen was awarded Professor of the Year for Oregon by the Carnegie Foundation. In her role as a successful researcher, Karen has authored 24 scientific articles and book chapters and has given scientific presentations globally on 4 different continents. Whew, I'm tired just hearing that. Okay. Karen is also co-host of the podcast 10 Bestest and has over 30 years experience as a radio producer. She is the founder of KMUZ-FM, the first community radio station in the capital city of Oregon. Karen, welcome to the show. I can't believe you have the time to be with us, and I'm so honored. Thank you for being here today.
Jean, you're so welcome, and I got to say it's an honor for me to be here because I've been listening, and you have fantastic guests. So, wow, I'm so thrilled to be here.
Well, you're a queen of all queens. I mean, it's a little intimidating because you're on a pod. You are running a podcast, you're running a radio station. It's like, OMG, she's going to be on mine. Oh my God. Okay. That's so cool. Takes one to know one, I guess.
Cool. Exactly. That's what we do. We're on each other's shows and oh man, it's the best.
Okay. I don't know how you have time to do all this, but I swear now she's getting ready, people. She's getting ready to launch all those things she does, like teaching college, rocking in shows. She's in a girl punk band. I mean, the list goes on and on. But now you're launching the Chemistry Rockstar. Let us know what this is because it is a very complex yet necessary mission from what I understand.
Yes. So Chemistry Rockstar, that is my personal brand that's essentially going to be the umbrella for all these things I want to do. And as you could tell from my bio, the name Chemistry Rockstar makes sense. I am a chemistry professor. I teach and I do research. I mentor students, science communicator. And then the rockstar part is all of the guitaring, singing, and punk bands and the radio stuff and all of that. And so what I want to do is I want to bring ideas together from these parts of my life. And so you could say from the chemistry side, it's wonder and it's knowledge around the world and with science and nature. And then with the music and the radio is more about fun and community. And I want to bring that all together to launch an online teaching platform for kids to learn science. And this This actually started because a group of families in my town started freaking out because all the schools are going online and they're really worried about their kids not learning certain things, including science. So I am establishing this way to engage kids with the scientists and to make a community online and to really just make it fun for a lot of different kids.
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, congrats. One more thing, notch on your lipstick case. I mean, you know, one more major accomplishment for you. It's like you can't stop. It's like you're never going to stop. I want to know. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I'll be in my deathbed going, wait, no, one more thing.
I know. I feel that about you. I feel the energy all the way across on the East Coast. I freaking love it. I love it. First time I talked to you, I was like, oh my God, this is my soulmate. So when you're sitting there, when you're talking about how you're putting this thing together online, and, you know, I know what's going on with the schools today. It just sucks. But I love how you're turning a real nightmare into something that's going to build community. And that's what we need more of right now, because everyone is just in such a bad place in 2020, or they're, trying to work through it. So the only way, like everybody says, is like, we're all in this together. So you're kind of capitalizing on that, which is good. But does your music fuel your energy? Like, does it give you a like a happy place that kind of gives you these ideas or kind of inspires you to get to the other side? Because you talked about it in two sides.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I will say in one way, it gives me a way to express myself in ways that I probably wouldn't otherwise, like in terms of when there is frustration or there's anger or there's just something I'm just feeling really strongly about, passionately about. It's a vehicle for that, for sure. And I also think it really inspires, I shouldn't say I think, I know it does, because my students have told me it inspires them because they see there's their professor, their chemistry professor, and they're teaching them a lab skill. And then they know that this Friday night, not this Friday night, but on, that Friday night, I'm going to be going and playing a show. And they think, whoa, I don't have to just have this one career interest. I can do all sorts of stuff. And they tell me that they love that.
Yeah, because that is, if they can relate to you on one more level, they hear you better, right? Like you can communicate better as an educator. It feels
absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
You're so young in your spirit,
Yeah. And I will say, like, last year, one that comes to mind is last year on International Women's Day, my all-girl punk band, we played a show, and there was a whole slew of these female science majors that came to see us, and they were just so inspired and so excited, and they just seeing their energy was just like fueled me, and it's just so awesome.
Okay, what's the name of your all-girl punk band? I don't think we have that name.
Okay, yeah, it's called Hot Sheets.
Hot cheeks, like cheeks in your face?
Sheets, like sheets on the bed.
Oh, hot sheets. Oh, that's steamy. That is crazy. How did you guys get that name?
Oh, we have a funny story. It's probably too long to go into, but basically we were just chatting about one of my bandmates' neighbors that we just kind of saw what was going on with him and his love life. He kind of made public in his backyard, whatever. And anyway, we were just kind of joking about that. And it was an epic day when we came up with that name, I got to say.
That's killer. And how did you guys get together as an all-girl punk band? I mean, I know you and I share this kind of vision about, women helping women and women supporting women, and it's so powerful. But is that also what was part of your making up the band?
Well, so when I first started playing, it was like 1995 was my very first band. And it was with my best friend, Kelly. And so we were both females starting this band, but our bandmates, like we always had another guy in the band, which is totally fine. And then that kind of followed my band career through my life. I played Santa Barbara and San Francisco, lots of punk bands, and just really fun. But deep down inside, I really wanted to have an all-girl punk band. I just thought that that would be so rad to do that. And so years went by, decades went by, and here I am 25 years later, and I was like, I want to make this happen. But I had the hardest time finding, especially a drummer. Like, chick drummers are so hard to find. So I was like, God, am I going to have to learn drums? Like, what is happening here? And finally, one of my friends, I remember this day, we're in a bar, and she slams down her beer, and she's like, forget it, Karen, I'm going to be your drummer. And she went and she bought a drum kit, and she took lessons. And then another friend of mine was like, I'm going to be your bass player. And she started taking bass lessons. And so we started from me having 25 years experience with these two very greenhorn musicians, but with so much passion and totally wanting it. And so it was actually awesome starting this band with them, because it really gave me beginner's mind, and it also gave me the chance to be a band leader, which I had never done before. So all three of us were really giving each other a huge gift by starting this band.
Okay, so I just really can relate to what you're saying. Not that I was in a band, in a rock band in business school. It wasn't all women. But the difference is I also did not have experience, but I wanted it so badly that the passion made up for the talent. And that's kind of like what you're saying. And I think as women, we recognize that, and we get it, like, and we allow it, and we inspire it, and we encourage it, versus, not all men, but a lot of men just don't, they can't go there, So I think putting that all together, oh my God, it's so cool. And then inspiring your students with that is just such a gift. I mean, I know for me and a professor, like, the teaching is great, but some of it's really a pain, and like can get so tedious, like the grading or the research or the rubrics. and so having that outlet, I can see how that just completely fires you up. And I love that about you. I'm so inspired by that. And I hope that inspires other women, like you said, that they don't just have to have one thing. And I think one way that you do that also, is, and the gift that we're going to give away at the end of the show. So listeners, stay tuned. 3 ways to use the podcast to ignite your passion, find your people, and ignite your dream career, because that's what Karen does. So we're gonna show you the light if you just stay till the end of the podcast. But let's keep talking to Karen now. I had to digress and tell him there was a gift on the way. So your Chemistry Rockstar launch of the online platform, can you give us a sneak peek as to when that might be? Can we be looking for it?
Yep, for sure. So by the time this podcast is aired, it's going to be up. So if you go to, I'm just going to send everyone to chemistryrockstar.com, because that's going to be the launch pad that's where they can find all my social media. They can find my bands. They can find my podcasts. They'll be able to find this online learning platform. It'll be called Science Rockstar Kids, because I want all the kids to know that they are scientists and they can be science rock stars. And I really want to infuse that passion and that they have confidence in themselves, because, oh my God, kids are the best scientists. Like, they're so observant and they get so excited off little things. And it's so great. I love it.
Yeah, they have like no fear. So they're not afraid to cut open a frog or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
exactly.
My God. So, okay, that's awesome. So we'll send them to chemistryrockstar.com. And speaking of that, what you said about everyone, can be a scientist,